everybody, and welcome to my world with Nat, Relocation Concierge here in the Dominican Republic. One of my favorite guests, Tyrie Blue, is back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We had an awesome conversation yesterday about people who are wanting, or who are asking you loads of questions.
Okay.
About how you did it, why you did it, what steps you took to do it. What is one of your favorite ones to answer or guide people on?
Favorite one to answer? I don't know, because that's a hard question, because the favorite probably was how I did it. Yeah. Which is the general question, how you did it and
how you made it happen.
How you made it happen. But when you tell them how you made it happen, it's just like, a lot of people can't relate to your story because it's an individual basis in reference to how you did it versus how somebody else did it.
And I think the thing that I've sort of filtered out over the last few months is making people realize that relocating means something different for everybody. You might just want to relocate for a couple months and try it out and see if it's a good fit, or you maybe do like we did and packed it all in
and moved out.
And moved, right? So I don't know that there's a formula.
It's not. The formula to me is the person within the person. So, like Bob Marley say, your fear is your only confidence. My fear is my only confidence, or whatever like that. Yeah. So, everything that you fear, the only way you're not going to fear it no more is learn about it. So, the first thing I did was learn about Dominican Republic.
Do the research.
And say, okay, how my life is versus what I need from that. How much stuff gonna cost me? Where I'm gonna live at? What's the best part of the Dominican Republic to live in? If I have children, if they have schools up there for my child, if they have which one has the best private schools or the best schools, that's what I want for my family or my child. So the North Coast was the best option for me because it had 3 options in reference to international schools. Yeah,
same for us.
So that was the reason why I came to the North Coast, which was the best decision for me because of the options I had, and the North Coast is the best part of the island for me. I like the North Coast. I done been over to.
We're a little bit biased.
That's true because I had a friend that came down from Las Serenas, and she does YouTube videos. Her name was she got a YouTube called That Joe or something like that, but. She's from she moved to Las Serenas with her daughter, and she's biased about Las Serenas. She's like, oh, I like Las Serenas, but I've been to Las Serenas, multiple times. Yeah. And I tell her, I said, I like Las Serenas because it's more of it's too laid back a little bit, and it's a lot smaller and condensed. So your repetition of the lifestyle, lifestyle becomes repetition down there. Yeah. And
I felt it had a bit more of a vacation feel. Right. Than it did a living feel. Right. And I think that's one of the things maybe we can talk about is when you choose to do this, you are now choosing to live and not vacation. Right. And what does that look like, right? Right. Because when you come here on vacation, you have a totally different mindset. Yes. And you have to be able to pivot when you decide to come and live here. So that means if you want to find somewhere to live, you have to find something that's within your means.
Right. Not only in your means financially, but within your means of how your makeup of your if you have a family. Yeah. Or if you're an individual. Like if it was like think about it, I have a daughter. So if I didn't have my daughter with me, I probably live in a lot of places in the Republic. Yeah. There's so many good places for a couple or a single person versus a child. If you have a child, then that changes the dynamic of where you can live at.
Now, where you guys live, it's called I want to make sure I say it right, La Bombita.
It's La Bombita.
La Bombita. I said it wrong yesterday. I didn't mean to say it wrong.
That's okay. That's okay.
And this would be considered more of a Dominican area, right?
This is considered the traditional...
everywhere is Dominican, but...
Right.
It's not expats. It's not a gated community filled with expats.
Right. I did the gated community the first time I lived. Well, I take that back. I didn't do a gated community. I did a gated hacienda, what they would call a compound. Yeah. Where it had 3 houses on it.
Oh, okay.
But they was owned by the same person, 3 homes. But I rented one of the homes, and it had a pool, it had security, it was gated, and they had a wall and everything, 24-hour security. And that's the only reason why I did that, because I didn't want to come and I didn't want to move to Dominican Republic and get the same experience I can get from America and pay the same prices too. I didn't want to pay.
But that's part of it, right? The experience, right? If you're coming here, I think some people also come. I don't want to digress from what we're talking about, but you have to remember that it's a whole new country, so you have to sort of go with flow, roll with the punches of the DR.
You really have to come over here with the I ain't gonna say with the mindset of you're not in North America. You're not in America. You're not in America. You're United States, and you're not in Canada.
Yeah.
You come here, and honestly, a lot of people come here, and including myself. It's some things I still do American. I still do my shopping, like you say, Amazon. I still Amazon shopping. I still do that, but for the most part, I shop locally in reference to like get my fruits and vegetables. I like the food truck. We have trucks come here every day with different type of fruits and vegetables.
You can stop them on the side of the road. We have one in Cabarete. We have one right across the street from where we live. So I've sort of not made friends, but now she's seen me a few times. Right. So now I know her name and I can greet her. And there's a relationship being built there. And I think I haggled for the first time the other day. Right. She wanted 15 pesos per lime, and I was like, that's a little high.
Right.
And she's like, 10 pesos. I'm like, okay, I'll do 10 today. Yeah, no problem.
And that's the best part about it. I love that portion of it. Like, you can't haggle too much in America or North America. You can't haggle nobody in reference to the price. The prices will. But here is every price is negotiable for the most part, unless you go to the big box stores.
And I think there's a gentle balance, right? Because we also don't want to. This is their business and their livelihood, so it's not like I want to take away from anybody. But I also, after being here, this is our 18th month, you learn, right? You learn where people are going to try and take a little bit more. Okay, so you did the Hacienda compound experience, and then you went from there to here. Right. And how did you decide here?
Cool. So once you move here, I think I don't know, I explained the last time. The best thing to do is you can find a whole bunch of stuff online. Even if you're in America right now, you can find everything online and try to look, and then come here with the opportunity to try to look for those houses or make appointments and stuff. But I did that. I did 6 houses like that, and I didn't. When I came up here the first time, I didn't rent not one of them.
Okay.
On the second to the last day before I left to go home, I just drove around and just asked people, "Hey, do you know a place for rent? There's a 2 or 3 bedroom and whatever."
You're not the first person. There's a family that was at Isla. They never rented through, I'm not sure how she worded it, but she always rented, and it was directly through the owner, word of mouth. She just talked to people, and I think they ended up in Seahorse Ranch, for their last stint. But everywhere they lived, that was the way they did it. It was not online. It wasn't through a rep or real estate agent, property manager. It was really on their own.
Because a lot of people, Dominican people, they still do the traditional word of mouth or the relationship or the networking thing, and they don't put it on Facebook. A lot of older people who own houses or own land, they don't put it on.
No, they're not using social media. Yeah,
they're going to do word of mouth. So just like I bought my land back behind us, I mean that was because of my housekeeper who actually bought land from the same people, and she knew that I was wanted to buy land
as well.
And she was like, "Hey, I bought land from here. All the titles are clean. I done did the process of, making sure that the titles are clean and everything. Do you want to come look at this land?" And I was just so fortunate to come back in. And I was like, "Oh, he got land." And then he met me. The guy met me, and he I had a big family. From he said, "Hey, I got this house right next door to me that I'm trying to rent out. Do you want to look at it?" And I looked at it, and I was like, "Man, this is perfect. Got enough bedroom. It's big enough. All this land, they got fruit trees all over
here. You got the Colmado at the end of the street.
Colmado right there. I got a Colmado right there.
You got a crazy ranch right there. You got a Colmado up here too?
Yeah, I got a Colmado right there too.
There you go. They're everywhere. They're like pop-ups.
Right, and back behind here, it's actually, if you walk back here, like during COVID, we could walk back through. It's like a hiking trail up to Casa Linda. It goes up that way. It actually is further up because you got to walk back to Casa Linda. But it's a beautiful hiking trail, and you just walk back there, and I see 4-wheelers and motorcycles come through all the time.
I know that sometimes when I have people that call me like potential clients, you know, they'll say, do you think I can find something? And for me, yes, I go online, but I also use word of mouth, or I talk to people and find out, like, there are hidden gems around that, you know, they're not posting and they're not necessarily seeing, or they're not considering the tradition. Like, people are coming down, they're looking for safety and security. They want to go to those gated communities, especially as newcomers. But I think there are opportunities to stay in places that are not typically North American.
Right. And I think the best experience for me was that I didn't go to one of those residences. Because I got to, believe it or not, it's best for you to go to somewhere where they have, and don't get me wrong, let me hear me out first, they have a lot of Dominican issues with the place. Why? Because you want to know when the lights go out what to do.
Yeah.
You want to, because even that, like I'm pretty sure your experience, even if you stay in one of those those big nice places, you still have the same electrical problems. You probably have a water problem. You probably have a sewer problem. You probably have all these different problems. But you, as a renter, you have to know those how to fix those things, or who to call to fix them, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Or where to go to fix them. And you're not going to know that if you live in Seahorse Ranch. Because Seahorse Ranch, somebody will come there and do it for you.
Yeah, well, where we are right now, there's maintenance, so they take care of those things. But because of other clients, I've learned to keep connection to contacts of those services. So if you have your own home, you know how to deal with things as well. If you've had your own home, I should say, back in the States or in Canada, you will know.
Well, it's easier more to do. Like, if I had a plumbing problem in America, call a plumber.
Yes.
Right? Here, you can call a plumber, because everybody's a plumber. If you say, hey, I got a plumbing problem, you go on the street right now and ask in Dominican, hey, can you fix my plumbing problem? They're going to say yes, because they want to make the money, right?
Yeah.
But to find the ones that are, you know, that really know what they're doing, and going to be like a more on time, or come when they say they're going to come, or do what they say they're going to do, and charge you what they say they're going to charge. That's the thing.
That's the sketch part. Yeah.
Right. So now that I've lived here and I live in Lomas Morenos, I know I got a good plumber.
Yeah.
I got a good electrician. I got a good person to do my washing machine, refrigerator, appliances, stuff like that. I know who to call, and they're gonna come to my house, and I know the price. I know they're gonna charge me, you know, 1,000 pesos for this, 1,000 pesos for that. They're gonna charge me $100. Like U.S. dollars, because I'm American, and that's what a lot. And when I first got up there, I went through those type of, you know, trials and tribulations. I had a guy that was in Lomas Morenos, and just because we lived there in that, you know, a nice little house, he was trying to charge us outrageous prices just to run electrical wires or put a fan up and stuff like that. I'm like, wait, man, why are you charging me this? But I realized, you know, if you live in Lomas Morenos or you live in Ocean Village and you're an American and you're renting, they're gonna charge you a whole different price, and that's just because of the culture. But some of them come in there and they'll charge you the Dominican price. That's the ones you get their phone number, and that's the ones you call back the next time, because those are the ones that you know you gonna keep calling back. But the ones that charge you that big price that one time, yes, you pay it, but you never use it again. Yeah. And word of mouth is
good, And I think too, the other thing is that, you know, when you get here, you also have to change the mindset of that we are not in North America, right? And what we expect to pay for things in North America is not necessarily, like, you know, when we first got here, we, you know, used taxis, right? And then we would tip the taxi driver, and then I'd be like, we just tipped that guy like $10, and for driving us like 7.5 minutes. Let me tell you, he was there next time we called too. Right. But eventually, we got a little wiser, and we were like, okay, we are in DR. We have to think DR prices, and now I think we're kind of there now. Even, you know, for some of the services, like sometimes, you know, if it's exceptionally good, we'll give a little bit extra, but not a crazy price.
And I'm sorry, and I've never been a big. I mean, I've been a tipper, but I've never been a big tipper. I always try to be fair when I pay somebody for something they're doing. Like, say, for instance, somebody come cut my grass. Now, this grass right here, this is a big yard. Yeah. And it has a lot of trees and stuff like that. It'll probably take him, like, he's going to come tomorrow. It'll probably take him all day to cut this grass. Like
Oh,
maybe about
really?
4 hours, at least 4 or 5 hours. You know,
to get it down.
Get it down because you got to cut all this and around back and around the side and everything like that. So I've seen how much, and he comes trims all this stuff up and everything like that. So this is a big mess. He used to charge me 1,000 pesos 2 years ago. Now he charges me 1,500 pesos. Why? Because one, he brings his own lawnmower. I don't have my lawnmower broke. So I factor all that in. If I have my own lawnmower and things like that, I'll only pay him maybe 1,000 pesos.
Yeah.
But since he brings his own lawnmower, he brings his own motorcycle, I can tell that this is a big yard. I know how much stuff he do. 1,500 pesos, which is like $29, is not a lot for this yard. Right? He trims all the hedges, everything. So, and he does it every 2 weeks. Now, somebody came to here and said, "Hey, I want to charge you 2,000 pesos." I was like, never mind.
We're good.
We're good. So you learn to know. And when he comes, and I pay him 1,500, I pay him 2,000. Why? Not because that's what he charged. Because I know I give him a tip. Because I just tip people. No, I don't have to. I just know that he does a good job, so.
And I think maybe something to keep in mind, right, is like there are a lot. I mean, the people here in the DR are good people. They're friendly. They're helpful. And I think like anywhere, there's some better apples than others.
Of course.
And you have to be a little bit cautious in the beginning when you're building relationships. Be mindful of how much you give, how much information you give away, what you sort of show off. Yes, we live in a gated community, but like we're really transparent. Like our cleaning lady that we usually have come on a Saturday right now, and budget's a bit tight. We're like, okay, come in a couple weeks.
Right.
And she's cool with it because for her it's just like extra.
Right.
And but when she does come, she's super grateful, appreciative, and she's always been there for us. So get to know your people.
Right.
And ask around and do your networking.
Right. And the people that you do get, that's who you ask for referrals. Like my housekeeper, we've had my housekeeper since Lomas Marina, so like 4 years. Yeah. And we had one before her, but that we didn't hire. Came with when we bought the house. Yeah. They came and she was already doing that, and she was a decent person. But the thing with her, and we stopped using her, and it's because she felt that we wasn't like. Well, we go on vacation a lot, and sometimes we didn't need her. So if you don't need a person, you don't pay them. Like you don't. If they don't come, you don't get pay them up here. Yeah. And she was upset that we didn't need her those months. And I'm like, well, we're on vacation. We don't need you to come to the house. The house. So I was like, well, you can't do that. Then
we're good.
We let her go, and then we got Mary, and she's been the best. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've never told her what to clean. We've been in this house. Like we moved from Lomas Marina to here. We told her come here to check the house out and see how much she'll charge to clean. Yeah. She told us one price. We said no, She told us one price. We said ain't no way we're gonna pay you that little money to clean this house. So we pay her way more than what she asked for, and she's very grateful for it. So, but at the same time, that's when that's the type of people you want to keep around you. Like we had her for 4 or 5 years. And, and whatever she tell us to do, we'll actually. I mean, if we say we need somebody, that's how I got my appliance person. That's how I got my electrician and everything, because she knows the people that are good people and that know what they're doing and stuff like that. So once you get somebody like that, it opens up more avenues for you.
Our cleaning lady has been with us since the day we arrived, and I don't want to say give her up, but she's like part of our household now. Right. So she only comes once a week, but still it's that once a week that's really great. Okay, so research. Build your network.
And that's the thing about it. Like, if you come in and say, hey, I'm not. What the hell? You're not remote, right? Say for instance, you're not. You don't work remote, and you don't have a business online, and you can't come up here full time, right? Yeah. The best thing to do is to come just visit. Get your passport and visit.
Come and check it out.
And when you come visit, don't go to no exclusive or no resorts. Call Natalie. And just say, hey, I'm coming up there for this many days. Yeah. Can you help me, plan it? Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna help you I'm not gonna help you pay for it. I'm gonna help you get the best cost and talk to me for a little while just to let you know. Because I can see what you want. I've been up there 6 years. You've been up there 18 months. Yeah. So it's just a matter of, okay, if you talk to me for like 20 minutes and say, hey, this is what I want. This is the size of my family. This is what I want to experience when I come up there. I don't want the traditional vacation where I'm all inclusive and I'm on this resort. Yeah. I can give you that because we know all of the local spots. Like there's some spots in here that most people don't even have never even they would never see coming here as a vacation, even if you know somebody. Exactly. Like you're not gonna go to Laguna Gumbilla, or you're not gonna go to Laguna Dudu, and you're not gonna go to all those. No, you're not gonna do all those little hot spots. But you would love to do that. Pay well, $6. I think it's the idea of getting to know the real, like the idea of living and not just if you want to come vacation, by all means, please do that. But if you're coming because you want to experience what it could be like to live here, then that's a whole other conversation. Right. No, well, even the vacation. Even if you come into vacation, you want to do it this way. This way. Why? Yes, absolutely. Because when you go to all-inclusive, you'll get all-inclusive food, which is not traditional Dominican food. No. You're going to get all-inclusive tour prices. Yeah. And everything like that. Yeah. Like to go to Monkey Jungle, one of those cruises. If you go to if you come over here on a cruise. Yeah. You go to Monkey Jungle, they're gonna charge you on a cruise. They're gonna charge at least $150 a person. Right? Monkey Jungle only costs like maybe depends on what you want to do up there. $25 to $50 a person, and you get the same experience, but you're getting it from the cruise. You're gonna pay all that money. Right. So. If you come over here, and before you you even do anything, just call Natalie and say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Yeah, book a call. This is my budget. The call is free, right? If you want to do that discovery call, have the conversation, see what it looks like for you to come down here. There's no charge for that. Mm-hmm. The charge only happens after when you want extra services. Then that's what happens. Right, because you're gonna pay. Like I have friends that just came to Punta Cana from Canada. Yeah. They went to Punta Cana last week, and they're like, "Hey, Tyrie, we in Punta Cana." I said, "That's 6 hours away from me." Yeah. Like, oh, we didn't know we were that far away. I've had two sets of people come from Canada, and they're like, "We're going to Punta Cana. Can we get together?" I'm like, "No, way, Jose, I'm not going." And I was like, "It's in the middle of the week." I said, "I understand that. I work from home." Yeah. Remote. I said, "I wouldn't even come all the way across that part." Even if my brother came, I'll be like, you we're here. You just have to come here. And Punta Cana is totally separate and different from vibe from the side. I mean, that's a huge vacation spot. Right. And I tell people, I say I'm so disappointed when people go to that all inclusive because you have people over here. If you have somebody over here, if you see him watching videos, or if you watch Natalie and you know this person, and you talk to this person, or you want to talk, just call us. Yeah. And I would tell you I would ask you just certain things. What's your budget? Yeah. How many people come in, and what you want to do? Yeah. Right. When you do those, figure it out. And you'll figure it out, and it'll be a lot cheaper than going to Disney World. Like my friends, they went to Disney World, paid like $4,000, $5,000. I said, you could have came over here and got a mansion and just balled out of control for half of that. You know what I mean? With a fountain and all the things. With a maid, a cleaner, housekeeper, and everything for half the price. And a chef. Price. You could have had a chef too. For half the price. Cool. And then, but you live over there in the woods. I'm like, but I live in the woods, but my house is one of the biggest houses in this place. Oh my God. I feel like we can talk for hours. There might be a new Tyrie and Nat show. Okay. So, thank you so much for doing this again. No problem. Because, we do work while we're here. We're not just, we're not on vacation. Right. Again, if you want to book that call because you're not sure where you're at, please make sure you click the calendar link in the description. If you want to connect with Tyrie, let me know and I will share his contact information. But you only get 20 minutes. This is my call, so you only get 20 minutes on the clock because he's a busy man and he's a wealth of knowledge. So stay tuned. For more coming from Tyrie, possibly. We never know. Whatever you choose to do today, have an incredible day. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you get the bell notification for the next episode. Have a great day, everybody.